Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to the NBA Prop Show presented by LineStar. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and we've got some more NBA player prop bets for you guys for today, as always, using the LineStar app, but also the Props Optimizer, which is the newest tool from the makers of the LineStar app. So today, going to fire up the Props Optimizer, find ourselves some nice player prop bets. It's a tough market today, though, Tyler, not going to lie, when I was looking at it. Man, there's not a lot of great things. I mean, it's now teams are meeting each other for the third time. It's like kind of trying to foresee the punch, counterpunch, counterpunch scenario. So it's getting a little tough is basically what I'm saying. What's your assessment of today's prop betting market?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of betting playoffs really in any sport, but when the series get a little deeper, it becomes a little harder to find value as sports books adjust to what this new series may hold, or in this case, the older series. So things are getting tougher, but
You know what? It's still
projections are
fun to have
strong.
a little sprinkle on a couple prop bets either way. Just have some fun with it. So to all of you guys that are betting out there, as always, remember to bet responsibly. Now, yesterday's picks, Derek White delivered for us. The other two, Ty Jerome decided, you know what? I'm not going to have my best game today. 9 points, rebounds, assists for him. He did not clear for us. And Jalen Green decided, of course, he
Oh
must have seen
my.
the show because he just decided to make us look completely silly yesterday. It's all
Yeah,
good.
it did at least go with Jimmy Butler getting out. So,
That's
going
true.
out injured. So we have that out. But yeah,
Okay.
he played great.
Redemption is ours today, Tyler. All right, let's
Mhm.
start things off with a pick that I was a little bit interested in for today. We'll start with the Denver Nuggets and Jamal Murray over 24.5 points and rebounds. This is one that LineStar likes a good bit. In fact, kind of all Murray's props LineStar projections are liking for today. But Murray's averaging around 24 points and rebounds over the last 5 games. A key could be that Michael Porter Jr., he is listed as questionable, probably will play tonight, but he is a little bit banged up. If he's limited or out or there's any diminished capacity for MPJ, Murray does get a slight boost in usage, 5%, 6% points per 100, 11% increase in rebounds. So either way, regardless if he's in or out, I like the spot for Jamal Murray, just knowing how good the Clippers are at defending the paint and, trying to force things kind of to the perimeter a bit. He'll have some opportunities there. I think if he starts getting hot, we could see a nice point total for him and then also grabbing some rebounds as well. What is your thought on this line here?
Jamal Murray is a little bit of a gamer. He generally comes through in the playoffs, and he's been playing giant minutes. Game 1, 48
Mm-hmm.
minutes. Game 2, 42 minutes. You can absolutely count on 40 plus minutes for him.
Yeah.
And, he was only averaging 36 minutes a game in the season. And with that was at 5.3. So I don't mind this line. I think it's an interesting spot. And this is a game that I am very interested in,
Mm-hmm.
from a watching standpoint. It should be close,
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
entertaining. And having a little extra on, it's always fun.
The one game that we don't have anything on today is going to be that Oklahoma City Memphis game because, quite frankly, we've tried to go with Zach Edey, our man for the rebounds, the last two, I think, and he just has not been able to deliver for us. But the Grizzlies in general just have been a dumpster fire, and it's just really hard from a betting perspective to kind of really get any action in that game. Not knowing really what we're going to be seeing from Memphis, if they're going to show up. They kind of started to figure things out a little bit last game, but I'm not willing to bet on it. So what's your take on that game in general before we get to our next two player props?
And I don't want to say that Memphis has been a dumpster fire. I just think that the Thunder are
Just
super,
that good?
super,
That's good.
super
Yeah.
good. And Memphis has trouble with them in the regular season, and it's just showing itself again here. Clearly, Thunder are the better team there.
All right. So the other game that I'm going to be watching closely, of course, my New York Knicks are taking on the Detroit Pistons in Detroit this time. Series is tied 1-1. It's been slow going for the Knicks in this series. I mean, they have not looked like the team that I'm used to seeing in the regular season. So It's been a tough one for me to pick props. I had the Cade Cunningham on Monday in this game. He cleared there, but I also took OG Anunoby. He didn't deliver on the points total, just shy of that for us on Monday. I'm not really sure which way to lean, but Tyler, you've got this Malik Beasley over on 3.5 threes. Hey, we could see some revenge. He was not too happy about not getting the 6th Man of the Year award, so maybe it's a revenge spot for him to show these fans what he's made of. What are your thoughts here?
He did lead the league in threes, and this isn't a bad spot to go at him here. He had 12 three-point attempts in game 1, had 8 in game 2. The volume is absolutely there. So I really like it from that standpoint. Now, in talking pre-show, you and I were talking about the fact that the Knicks are much better verse 3 than most people expect. I think they're 9th on the year in 3, but when they are away, they're bottom 10 in 3-point field goals made. So I do like the spot from that standpoint. Our LineStar projection is 6.2, consensus is 3.5, and this is a guy that's shooting 41.6% from 3. And he's playing a lot of minutes. So 35 in game 1, 30 in game 2. Minutes should be there. I like the spot.
Yeah. And you could even, if you don't want to go with the threes, like I mentioned, like the Knicks have been playing pretty well for 3-pointers since the All-Star break. They made some adjustments, and they actually allowed the second fewest threes since the All-Star break. So you could go points as well. I do see a scenario where Beasley, could get hot. I think a lot of times it'll be OG Anunoby, one of the best defenders, going to be on Cade Cunningham. So you could see another player, someone like Beasley or somebody pop off. Definitely in this game, it's hard for me to kind of see who the player is going to be for Detroit popping off in this one. I don't know that it's going to be Cunningham again, but he's just, I don't know. It's a tough one for me to navigate the prop market in this Knicks game. But another one that you do like, though, is Tim Hardaway under 13.5 points, rebounds, assists. Talk me through your fade of Tim Hardaway Jr. here.
I mean, he's just one of my favorite fades in all of basketball all year long. He's just not that good. And if the 3-point is not falling, he very much struggles. Our LineStar projections 8.4, consensus 12.2. He's averaging 24.5 minutes per game this series. And over the last 20 games, he's at 15.1 PRA. So well over the line, but I think this is a very tough spot for him versus the Knicks, who are very tough versus the starting shooting guard. And like I said, if that 3 is not falling, he's going to have a very tough time here getting over. And if either Schroeder or Beasley get hot, I think his minutes definitely are the one that gets hit the most.
Yeah, and Schroeder's been a guy that can kind of show up, especially like late in the game, knock down some threes. I could see that for sure. The other one I did want to point out, we were talking before the show, if I were to bet on a Knicks player prop bet for tonight, I might bet on Cat over 1.5 threes. I could see a scenario where Tibbs is going to try to get Cat going, right? Like he hasn't shown up. Last game was just miserable. And they've got to get him going, especially in a road environment early, knock down some threes. I could see scenarios where they're trying to set him up for success on the perimeter. So he might get the opportunity there. Over 1.5 threes seems like a good play for me. Jalen Brunson, never a bad bet in these playoff moments, always rises to the occasion. And he's going to be mixing it up with those Detroit Pistons players to try to draw fouls like he just does so well, especially in the playoffs. So don't mind that as well. But yeah, those are our top 3 for today. Let us know what you're rolling with if you've got any locks for us in NBA playoffs action. It's a tough one tonight. We're going to do our best to give you guys some winners. We're going to put all 3 on an entry. If that entry cashes, one randomly selected commenter will win $20. You got to be in it to win it. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you're in it to win it. Hopefully we can put together a nice winner for us on this Thursday. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a good one.